إن الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده أما بعد Inshallah ta'ala, the following is a reading and a translation of the explanation of the book entitled Kashf Ash-Shubohaat with the explanation of Abdurrahman al-Khumayyis. And Abdurrahman al-Khumayyis, alhamdulillah, is one of the ulama of our times, and he is located in what's referred to as Al-Mamlakat al-Arabiyyah al-Saudiya, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And his explanation is beautiful, and it is also simple enough for your average Muslim to comprehend well. And he begins, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wa bihi nasta'een. We begin by the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, and by him do we seek aid. Al-Fasl al-Awwal, the first chapter. Ma'na al-Tawheed wa khata' al-Mushrikeen fi fahmihi. He added a chapter title here, the meaning of Tawheed and the false understanding of the Mushrikeen. Yani the mistake that the Mushrikeen committed in their understanding of Tawheed that led them to fall into shirk. And he mentions here the statement of the author, the beginning of the book, Kashf Ash-Shubohaat. اعلم رحمك الله, know, may Allah Ta'ala have mercy upon you, أن التوحيد هو إفراد الله سبحانه بالعبادة. That Tawheed is to single out Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala with ibadah, with worship. وهو دين الرسل الذي أرسلهم الله به إلى عباده. And it is the religion of the messengers that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala sent them with to His servants. فأولهم نوح عليه السلام, and the first of them is Nuh عليه السلام. أرسله الله إلى قومه لما غلوا في الصالحين. Allah Ta'ala sent them, yani Allah Ta'ala sent him, rather, Nuh, to his people after they had fallen into ghulu, yani extremes. They went to extremes and they had crossed the natural boundaries in respect to the pious individuals, fi salihin, yani people of piety, specifically Wuddam wa Suwa'um wa Yaghuth wa Ya'uq wa Nasra. Wad, Suwa', Yaghuth, Ya'uq and Nasr, these being the names of these individuals. And the Shaykh Abdurrahman al-Khumayyis, Allah yahfadhu, he mentions here some points of language. He says the meaning of ghuluwan, yani tajawazul had. Ghalaw, yani they went to extremes, meaning they passed the had, yani the barrier or the limit, the prescribed limit. وَبَالَغُوا فِي التَّعْظِيمِ, specifically in regards to what? Ta'zim. The admiration that they had for these individuals, to the extent that they made ta'zim, yani they had this feeling of in their hearts towards these images that were laid out on the graves of these individuals, or these images that were made of these righteous people. And this shows and highlights the dangers of pictures in general, and specifically individuals, and we see this often on the internet, that they may have as their avatar, they may have on their web page or whatever page, they may have an actual picture of one of the ulama. And the reason that they do this, they don't do this just for fun, they do this feeling that they're getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that this is a good thing, and that by seeing the pictures of these religious and respected people, that this will increase them in their love of the religion. And this is the same innovation that the first people who fell into shirk initiated. This is the same innovation that they fell into, which led them eventually to actual shirk, yani shirk akbar, shirk that left them and took them out the fold of Islam and prevented them from entering Jannah. And he says, at-tawheedu lughatan, yani the linguistic meaning of tawheed. جعل الشيء واحدا والعلم بأن الشيء واحد. Tawheed linguistically means to either make something one, or to declare or to believe or to have knowledge concerning the oneness of something. So this point being mentioned, the author in one of the hawamish, one of the side notes of this book, he says that this page that we've just read, the portion in which the author is going to explain, is concerning what? Bayan anna muhimmat al-rusul al-ula tahqiq tawheed al-ibad. This is showing that the utmost importance of the messengers, their primary duty was to actualize Tawheed in worship, to call the people to Tawheed in worship. So the author here, he begins his explanation. He says, أقول هذا جواب شبهة القبورية. He said this is a response to one of the doubts, one of the arguments that the grave worshippers mention. وهي أنهم يقولون, and it is that they say, إن المشركين كانوا يعبدون الأحجار والأشجار والأصنام. They say that these mushrikeen, they used to worship stones and trees and idols. وأما نحن فندع الأنبياء والأولياء. As for us, we only make dua of the anbiya, of the prophets, and of the awliya, the righteous people. We make dua to the awliya and the anbiya. And they actually think that they were not falling into the same shirk, or they claim that they are not falling into the same shirk that the first people, the people of Nuh, fell into. So they say, وَنَسْتَغِيثُ بِهِمْ, we make istighath, that we seek aid from them in dire circumstances. فَالْأَحْجَارُ وَالْأَشْيَارُ لَا كَرَامَةَ لَهَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. They say, these stones, these trees and the like, they have no nobility with Allah Ta'ala. وَأَمَّا الْأَوْلِيَاءُ وَالْأَنْبِيَاءُ فَلَهُمْ مَنْزِلَةٌ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى. And they say, but as for these righteous people and these prophets, then they have a high rank with Allah Ta'ala. وَاللَّهُ لَا يَرُدُّ شَفَاعَتُهُمْ فِينَا. And Allah Ta'ala will not reject their shafa'ah, their intercession for us. This is the same argument that not only the people in the ummah, those who claim to be from amongst the ummah of Muhammad ﷺ, the Quburiyya, and this is my statement here, this is the same argument that the Nasara, that many of the Yahud that call up, that literally make dua to their rabbis and in the dead graves and the like. This is the same mistake that they've made. This is the same mistake that the first people who initiated shirk made, and this is the same mistake that we find the Nasara, the Yahud, the Hindus, amongst the Buddhists, that they say what? That this is intercession. These are righteous individuals, and we're getting closer to Allah Ta'ala via calling upon them. فلا يصح قياس موحد يستغيث بالأولياء على مشرك يعبد الأحجار. And then they say, and this is their false qiyas, their false analogy that they've made. They said it is not correct for us to compare a person who worships Allah alone and just seeks aid, as if this isn't worship, and seeks aid from the righteous. We can't compare this man to a mushrik who worships stones. إلى آخر كلامهم, to the end of their speech, meaning this same type of argument that they bring. Then the author here, he says, rather the person explaining the book, he continues, he mentions the statement of the author, وآخر الرسل محمد وهو, or rather here he mentions now the technical definition. The technical definition of Tawheed, meaning we have a definition that's linguistic. In the language, if someone was to ask you, what is the word Tawheed meaning? What does the word Tawheed mean? A person might say, وَحَدْتُ الصَّابُونَ, I made Tawheed of the soap. Meaning he came into his bathroom, his kitchen, he found some shards of soap, and he pushed them all together. Linguistically, you can call this Tawheed. But in the religion of Islam, when we refer to Tawheed, what do we mean? This terminology that is found in the religion, إفراد الله تعالى بما يختص به علما وعقيدة وعملا. يعني to single out Allah Ta'ala with anything that is specifically belongs to Him. Anything that is specific to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Whether it be in knowledge, yani that we affirm that these are qualities that we know about Allah Ta'ala, or things that we know about Allah Ta'ala that are specific to Him. وعقيدة, or in our belief. Or وعملا, or in our actions, meaning what? That we devote our acts of worship to Him and Him alone. So whether it be that we specify that Allah Ta'ala and Allah Ta'ala alone exists with an existence that is not in need of anything else existing that He depends on, because He doesn't depend on us, rather He created us and we're His creation. Or whether it be that we believe that Allah Ta'ala alone is described with these names or these attributes that He has mentioned in the Quran and that He has revealed to the Prophet Muhammad in the Sunnah, or those actions likewise, those af'al, or likewise singling Allah Ta'ala, that we single Him out with our acts of worship, directing our acts of worship to Him and to Him alone. All of